Alright, all I can say is I hope this is recording. I'm using my handy dandy GoPro. I'm going to put up the last 3 hurricane shutters. I have one on my bedroom to put on, one on Kim's bedroom, and the big front window. A lot of this video I may not be talking, so just know that up front. Let's see if I can find, let's see, here's the big screen for the living room. What did I do with the others? Okay, this could be a challenge right now because I'm not sure where I laid the others. Okay, here's another one. And here's the last one, I believe. Yep, okay, alright, so I have all screens are accounted for. Alright, so the wind here in Largo is probably 10 to 15, nothing major, but definitely windy. Okay, let's see, where is step stool? And here's some bushes along the back of our house that needs to be trimmed. Although I love really full bushes, but we'll see. Not really sure what some of these plants and bushes are, but man, kind of overgrowing. See if I can get my step stool in here. I hear a fire truck off in the distance. Just to reassure everyone. Oh shit, I just broke that one off. Oh shoot. Darn it. That bothers me. I like nature and all that stuff, so I broke a big old plant. Anyway, but just let everybody know where we live, we are not in an evacuation zone, and our officials here are telling us all over the news, if you are not in an evacuation zone, stay where you are. 75 is a parking lot right now. I was watching a Periscope earlier from Hurricane Chaser. He's saying that all the way from Naples through Tampa is nothing but a parking lot. Now that's not the way Mom and Kim went. We had them take another road, another highway, knowing that one would be not a good idea. So, and I talked to them a couple hours ago, maybe an hour ago, and they're doing fine. Okay, climbing up onto the step stool, and unfortunately the dirt in this area is a little soft. So the 2 feet of the stool is digging into the ground, so I hope I don't fall and break the grass, because you know that grass is important. And I said grass, G-R-A-S-S, but don't bump. Okay, there are on either end of the screen or either side of the window, there are 4 screws that are concreted, bolted into the concrete siding. And I'll show you one of them here in a second. I didn't place my stool very good. In fact, I gotta replace it. Okay. Normally what I do, what I've been doing is I've been putting, and I'm going to do that again. Hang on a second, guys. Is I put the top 2 corners, or the top 2 corners on the left and the right. That way the whole screen stays up for me. And hopefully I'm pointing the camera where you guys can see what I'm doing. Periodically I'm going to stick my hand in front of the camera or by the camera to feel which way it's directing or pointing, so that hopefully I'll get it right. So let me just try to get you a picture of these screws that are in the wall. Let's see. I think you can see it. So there's 4 of those on each side of the windows, and then I have, I don't know what they're called, wing nuts I'll call them, that screw the screens on. Our windows are hurricane windows. We had them put in when we bought the house, and so I'm not concerned about the windows at all. I'm actually not concerned about anything. And here a little baby crying off in the neighbor's yard. Let me just say I love kids now that mine are grown, and they're not mine. But I can't. I'll be excited to have grandkids. So, what do you say? So I have this size screen here is on all the windows except for the big living room window, which I'll be showing you in a little while. That one is a 3-pane window, so that one's really long. Now on the right side, which I'm working on, I have 2 of the wing nuts already on. I have 3 of them on. I was noticing yesterday that on the left side of this particular window, they put the bolt or the screw in the wall. They didn't put it in the correct location. It's off by maybe 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch. Probably more than 1/4, but maybe 1/4, I don't know. Anyway, the point is that I can't get one of the screen holes into it because they mismeasured it. So this one is going to have a little bit of an air gap, and I'll have to fix that later. I'll have someone come and fix it for me. Man, I'm just gonna ruin all my plants in here. That bothers me. Why are these not going on now? Oh, damn it. Yesterday I thought only one of these were mismatched. Now it looks like there's 2 of them. So I'm just going to put the bottom one on for now. Not a lot I can do now. Look like this one doesn't feel like it's going on straight. So I'm going to take it off and try it again. Hopefully I'm talking loud enough because I'm right outside of Lori's window. Well, our room window, and she's taking a nap. Also, I tend not to talk very loud unless I've had some of that Detroit Lions Kool-Aid, as they call it. Couple birds overhead chirping at me. Alright, so that one's done. So that window is done. So I can go and leave Lori alone. And then just to give you an idea of our yard, I'll just kind of, instead of walking through the lanai where the pool is, I'll walk around. At some point I'll give you a better view of the yard by walking around, but let's see, where's the lanai? So I don't, okay, here we go. Pretty big backyard. Couple bird feeders out here. Bushes. Dog poop. You know, the usual. What is that, and why is it? What is this? Okay, this isn't cool. found part of our lanai. Looks like it broke off. Awesome. One of the, I think they're called the tie down strap or something, but anyway, it's broke. That's not even 2 years old. Probably a year and a half old. And we put a lot of money into it. And I'm trying really careful not to use adult language because I don't know who might be watching the video. You know, you might have kids or you might have ladies. Alright, so I'm at Ken's window and I'm taking off. There's rubber sleeves that go over all of these screws so that it makes it, I guess, decorative when you're not using them. Now, okay, there's 5 screws on each side. I said there was 4, but there's 5. So I can't count. You know, it's like Grand Rapids, Michigan schooling system I went to. And they have a couple bags of dirt down here for filling in holes. I had a lot of not deep I guess, but some holes in the yard, and the dogs were digging, and because we had no grass, so we finally gotten it to start growing, so they're not digging anymore. But so I have 2 bags of grass left, or 2 bags of dirt left that I haven't used. Still sitting here by the house, but I do have a couple of areas that need grass, so we will be using it. Just why do today what you can put off till tomorrow? Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? So if anyone blind happens to be watching, or if you don't know me and you happen to come across my video, I am blind. I have 0 sight. I guess technically I have light perception, so I can see light and dark, so. And for my family that may be watching, you probably didn't know I had no sight, but I have no sight. Just thought I'd tell you. This screen smells like a camping gear that's been packed away for a while. Not sure if I told you the weather earlier or not, but it's about 88 degrees. It's going to get down to 77. Winds are probably 15 to 20. Very nice breezy day. Sun's out. I watched a weather report just before I came out, and they're saying that we're going to start getting rain tonight, and they're saying that we can still be on the roads driving tonight, but tomorrow morning we probably want to not drive, although it's really going to be tomorrow afternoon, probably after 12, when the strong winds are going to be here and the strong rain, and that's going to be the time that people are going to want to be out the roads. I was listening to a Periscope broadcast earlier. I think I told you earlier that 75 is jam-packed and cars running out of gas. It's going to be a mess for those people. That's why Laura and I didn't want to go up 75. If we would be evacuated, we would not have gone up 75. But then again, we would have only gone about 2 hours away, and about 90 miles, I guess it is, 80 miles, to a parent's house, because I live inland a little bit. But we decided to be stubborn and stick it out. But quite honestly, no one in our neighborhood that I'm aware of is leaving. People are out in the neighborhood. I can hear them out there hammering, chainsawing, things like that. So clearly they're boarding up. I belong to a neighborhood chat group, and for 2-3 days now people have been asking for help putting windows up, you know, the older people and the disabled. I offered a couple people, but other people beat me to it, so I didn't actually have to go help anyone. And then out of the blue this morning, an older lady called me, must be in her late 70s. Her husband, she said, was 87, and their son, who's in his 60s, is gonna come over and sit with them, or be with them, I guess. But she was calling because her son just this morning said, maybe you guys better board up your windows. Well, there's no plywood to be had. Forget it. If you didn't get it yesterday at the latest, you're not getting plywood. There's none here. So, you know, what we experienced here is what we always see on the news, where stores, shelves are empty. You know, there's just nothing. No water, no food. Mom and Kim went to Sam's Club yesterday morning to see if they had water, and they were told that they had, I think it was, yeah, they had received a shipment that morning, and within an hour and a half it was gone because people were taking 5 and 10 cases of it. Now, I get the emergency, but man, leave some for other people. You're not the only ones in this world. Alright, so I just have 2 more screws to put on this one, and then I'll be done with all but the big screen out front. Probably won't record and bore you with the 4th one, because it's just the same thing, just much bigger. So there's really no point. But I'm going to attempt to put recordings up